Yeah, a very good evening to one and all. So hope you guys are able to hear me clearly, everyone, and able to see my screen. Can you guys please confirm over the chat whether you guys are able to see my screen or not? Yeah, fine. So what we had covered, sir, on yesterday's session, what we had covered with the yesterday's session, sir. Yesterday, I given you like as a given like as in the script for what? Given the script for Office database. Given the script for what? Office database, right, sir? Office database tables. That is the first step I had done, sir. Okay. The second step, so we just completed with what? Completed with set operators in Oracle. Okay. Set operators in Oracle database. Okay. In Oracle, we can say that. And we started with the discussion of it. We started the discussion of what? We started the discussion of what? Oracle sequences. Okay. Oracle sequences, sir. Right, sir. What is the main purpose of sequences, sir? What is the main purpose of sequence? Can anyone tell me? Can anyone tell me? So what is the main purposes of giving like as in the sequence concept in Oracle database? Can anyone? Can anyone give a rise of a hand, sir? So that I will give you an option to you to unmute. Okay. So about what? The sequence importance. What is the importance of sequences, sir? What is an importance of sequence? So see, what is the importance of sequence, sir? Can anyone? Yes. Yes. As I told you, sir, on yesterday's session, sir, on yesterday's session, I just given like the brief introduction about what the sequences, sir. Okay, brief introduction about what the sequence, the purpose of the sequence. Okay, so yesterday only very few people got attended. So I will be the starting with what the discussion on what is the sequence and all this stuff. Okay, yeah. Let us go ahead with that one, sir. Sequence is the one of the database object in the Oracle, sir. The first point is sequence is the one of the Oracle database object. And so far we have worked with what table object. Table is also one of the database object in Oracle. Sequence is also what another kind of another kind of the Oracle database object, sir. Okay. Yes. And the purpose of this the database object is the purpose of the sequence is used for what? Generating the numeric value dynamically for a database column in a table. Understand, sir? If you guys wanted to generate some numeric value dynamically, sir, for a primary key column of the table, in such a cases, definitely you need to go for an what? Sequences, sir. Agree? Sequences or sequences in the database side are mainly used for what? Generating the numeric values dynamically or automatically, we can say. Generating like as in the numerical value dynamically or automatically, we can say, sir. That is what the purpose of the sequence. As I clearly said that one use case, sir. Okay. We talked about with one use case. So for example, you have created with the database table with the three columns of what? Employee ID, employee name, and the employee location, sir. These are the three columns we have done. Okay. So in these are the three columns, employee ID is a primary key column which does not allow the null values and which does not allow the duplicate values. Correct or not? And when you are inserting the data into the employee, so when you are inserting the data into the employee table, so the programmer need to supply what? The programmer need to supply what? The primary key column value explicitly or not, guys? Can you guys help me here? So when you guys are inserting the data of the employee table, definitely you need to supply what the primary key column value explicitly or not, guys. Come on, guys. Tell me, you need to supply the primary key column value explicitly or not? If you are supplying the primary key column explicitly means what would be the problem, sir? If you guys supplying like as in the primary key column explicitly means what would be the problem? Come on, guys, tell me. So if you guys supplying like as in the primary key column value explicitly means then what would be the problem, sir? So that's what I told you. Here we have one problem with the primary key column. The programmer may have the chance. The programmer may have the chance to supply what? The programmer may have chance to supply what? The duplicate value for the primary key column. This will leads to what? Unique key constraint in the database side or not, sir? Tell me, sir. If the database programmer is supplying the primary key column value in the database table means there may be the chance of getting what? Unique key constraint exception or not, guys? Come on, guys, tell me. Is it possible or not? Is it possible or not, sir? Definitely, there may be the chance of getting what? Unique constraint error exception at the database side if the programmer is supplying what? The primary key column value explicitly, sir. Okay, to avoid such problems, so we need a mechanism to generate what? The primary key column automatically, right or not? To avoid this problem, definitely we require like as in the mechanism to generate what? The primary key column value dynamically or not. So that is what we are going to do. That is what we are going to do what? Through sequences, sir. Understand my point, guys? To avoid the unique key constraint of the primary key column value during the insertion. So we need to generate, we need a mechanism to generate what? The primary key column value automatically or dynamically through sequence. Okay, in order to create the sequence in the Oracle database, so you guys need to follow what? The syntax, sir. This is what like as in the syntax for what? Creating the sequences, sir. Yesterday I already shown you the syntax, sir. So create okay, create a sequence name, and the minimum value of the sequence, sir. Minimum value to start with the sequence and the maximum value allowed to the sequence, and the sequence should be start with what value, and the sequence should be incremented with what value, and the sequence supports like as in the cycle feature or no cycle feature, and support like as in the cache feature or not. That's all. So see, sir, create a sequence. Sequence name is the mandatory, sir, to create any kind of and the sequence, and the rest of the statements are as an what? Optional, sir. Rest of the statements are as an what? Optional. So what is the minimum value for the sequence, sir? Can you guys help me? Yesterday I shown you that I shown you, right? I just created what? One sequence, Ashokite underscore emp underscore sequence, which I have created, sir. So when I created this sequence, tell me, sir, when I created the sequence, these are the default values we grabbed from that sequence or not? Come on, guys. So yesterday when we had created the same sequence, when we created the sequence, the default values we grabbed from the created sequence or not? Okay, so minimum values are the minimum value class is used for what? What would be the minimum value to start with the sequence? Maximum value. What would be the maximum value to allow the sequence? And so sequence should be start with what kind of value, what value, and the sequence should be incremented by what value, which value? Okay, cycle support is required or now cycle support is not required. So cache support. What is the default value for the minimum value of the sequence? Can you guys help me? So what is the default value? What is the default minimum value of the sequence? 1. So what is the default maximum value of the sequence, sir? 9s. Right or not? This is what like as in the maximum value of the sequence should be allowed. So what is the increment? What is the default value for increment by? What is the default value for the increment by, sir? 1, sir. So by what is the default what is the default mechanism for the sequence supporting the cycle or no cycle? Tell me, sir. Cycle or no cycle, sir? Tell me, sir. So by default, when you create a sequence, so it is supporting like as in the cycle support or no cycle support, sir? Tell me, sir, cycle support or no cycle support? No cycle support, sir. What is the default cache value, sir? What is the default cache value? Default cache value will be what? 20. Okay. This is what like as an okay. Yesterday, this is what like as an we created the sequences, sir. No problem, Roshni. Just give me some time. I will explain you the cycle concept and cache concept in the today's session itself. Okay. Yeah. So create a sequence. Sequence name Ashok IT underscore EMP underscore SCQ, sir. This is what like as in the sequence I have created, sir. This is what like as in the sequence I have just created now. Okay. If you want to see that sequence information, okay, so on the left hand side we have the connection explorer panel, right? So in that connection explorer panel, where you can have what the sequences options are, just expand that sequence and refresh it, sir. Okay, this is what like as in the sequence which just now created. Just click on it, sir. Click on that sequence where you can get what the information about the sequences, sir. When it got created, okay, what is the name, who is the owner for the sequence, what is the name of the sequence, minimum value, maximum value, increment by, cycle flag is make it as an what, no cycle flag support, order flag support, no, cache is 20, last number is what, 1, sir. This is what like as in the syntax, sir. Sir, is it mandatory to supply all these values when you are creating the sequence? Come on, guys, can you please confirm? Is it mandatory to supply all this value when you are creating the sequence, sir? Come on, guys. No, it is not at all required. Okay, simply you can specify what? Create a sequence name. That's all. You can create the sequence. If you want to, if you guys wanted to do some kind of customizations on this, the respect to the properties means you have to include it. Understand? If you have some customizations of your requirement means you have to include that properties, sir. Understand? Understand, guys, everyone? If you have some kind of customizations on the sequence means you have to include these properties, sir. Okay. So see, sir, that is also we did on yesterday. That is also we did on yesterday, sir. Okay, that is also we did on yesterday. So yesterday we have created like as in the another. So yesterday we had like as in we had created like as in the another sequence with the name as in what, Mahesh IT underscore sequence, sir. Mahesh IT underscore sequence, and the minimum value to start with the sequence is what, sir? Can you guys please help me? What is the minimum value to start with that sequence, Mahesh IT underscore SEQ? Tell me, sir. What is the minimum value? Minimum value to start with this the Mahesh IT underscore sequence. Tell me, sir. 100, sir. What is the maximum value to allow for this sequence? What is the maximum value up to maximum value it can support for what? 1000, right? 1000, right? If you are trying to insert like as in the 1001, definitely it will give you an error from the database side, sir. Okay, if you are selecting like as in the value from this the sequence from the 1001 means definitely it will give you an error. Okay, so my sequence starts from which value, sir? So our sequence should starts from which value, 100 or 150? So our sequence should starts from 100 or 150, sir? Minimum value, sir. Minimum value will be 100. My sequence should be start from 150, and so every sequence value it has to increment by how much value, sir? How much value it has to increment for every sequence? By 2, sir. Okay, by 2. And cache support is cycle support is there or not there? No cache, no cycle support. And cache should be what? 25. 25 numbers should be in buffer. 25 numbers should be in the database side buffer, sir, to generate the number quickly. To generate the dynamic number quickly, 25 numbers need to be stored in the buffer. That is what we are giving like cache statement is importance, sir. Understand, sir? What is the importance of cache? To reduce the round trips between what? Database and the application. Understand? To reduce the round trips between what? Database and the application, sir. Okay, to reduce the network round trips between the database and the application. So cache support is enabled for storing what? How many numbers? Cache is enabled for storing how many numbers, sir? 25 numbers, sir. 25 numbers it can store in the cache. Understand, guys, everyone? What is the importance of cache? So it can store like as in the 25 numbers in the cache, sir. That's all. Okay. Yes. So how can you select the value from the sequence? How can you select the value from the sequence, sir? How can you select like as in the value from the sequence, sir? What is the select statement for that? Tell me, sir. So how can you select like as in the value from the sequence, sir? One of the pseudo column, sir. Okay, one of the pseudo column, sir. Pseudo column means nothing but the predefined column in the Oracle. So the one of the pseudo column from the Oracle, sir, that is nothing but the next val, sir. Okay, so next val. So observe carefully, sir. This is what like as in the select statement. This is what like as in the this is what like as in the select statement to require for what? Getting the value from the sequence, sir. Okay. So select Ashok IT underscore EMP sequence. This is this is nothing but an what sequence name or not, sir? Tell me, guys. This is nothing but an what the sequence name or not, sir? Yes. So this is nothing but an what a sequence name dot next val, sir. Next val is nothing but an what one of the predefined column in the Oracle that we can call it as an what pseudo column. So okay, pseudo column from the table of what for storing that select column value, we are taking the support of what dual table. Dual table. So this is nothing but an what selecting the value from the sequence or not. Come on, guys. This is nothing but an what the selecting the value from the sequence or not. Okay, so let us give a try, sir. Let us give a try to select the values from the sequence. Yesterday we had created a Ashok IT underscore EMP sequence, and we had created another sequence as well. Mahesh IT underscore EMP Mahesh IT underscore SUQ, sir. Yesterday we created that one. Let us drop the sequence, sir. Let us drop that sequence. Okay. So Mahesh IT, okay, Mahesh IT underscore SUQ, sir. Okay, that sequence got dropped, sir. Okay. Yes. So see, sir, I'm just recreating the sequence here again. Okay. Yeah. So select the statement again. Mahesh underscore SCT sequence got created or not? So could you please help me? What is the how can you select like as in the value from Mahesh IT underscore SCQ, sir? Can you please help me to select like as in the value from this sequence? Can anyone help me how to select the value from the sequence, sir? Come on, sir. Could you please help me? What is the command for selecting the next value from the sequence, sir? So Mahesh IT underscore SCQ is the sequence or not? So what is the what is the initial value of this sequence? What is the initial value of the sequence? I'm expecting an answer from you guys. What is the initial value of the sequence? What is the initial value of the sequence? So Tonio Priyanka, how can you say it is 100, sir? As I already clearly mentioned, minimum value is 100 and the starts with what? 150, sir. Okay, so starts with what? 150. How can you say it is 100, sir? Okay, yeah, please focus here. Yes. Come on, guys. What would be the initial value of the sequence, sir? What would be the initial value of the sequence? 150, not 100. Okay, not 100. Okay, yeah, fine, sir. Okay, let us give a try, sir. Let us give a try. Let us give a try. Select Mahesh IT. Okay, Mahesh IT dot SCQ dot SCQ Mahesh IT underscore SCQ dot next val from dual, sir. What value you are expecting, sir? What value you are expecting from this the select statement selecting the value from sequence? Could you please help me? So what would be the value? Praveen Kumar, how can you say it is 102, sir? Just concentrate here, sir. Just concentrate here. How can you say it is 102? Again, you are saying wrong. 152. So initial value, sir, we are not retrieved like as on 150. So first time I am executing the select statement. First time I am executing my select statement. Initial value starts with what? 150. This is what the first statement I have written or not to select the value. Can you guys please confirm? Have I written this a select statement executing for second time or first time? Tell me, guys. Yeah, first time. When it comes as in the first time, the start value would be what? 150 it has to return. So how can you say like 152, guys? Please concentrate here, everyone. So as I clearly told you, everyone just please focus here. So I have just created the sequence with the name called what? Mahesh IT underscore SCQ. This is what my sequence name. Minimum value of my sequence is 100. Maximum value 1000. My sequence should start from, my sequence should start with what? 150. 150 onwards, my sequence value should be start. That is what the entry point of our sequence. 150 should start. Okay, for each select, it has to increment by 2. Okay, no cycle support. Buffer has to store 25 numbers. Okay, so I am performing what? First select operation. First select operation. I'm just performing what? First select operation. 150 or 152. Come on, guys. 150 or 152. It's going to be 150, right? Just check it out. So see, sir, 150 we are getting or not? Roshni, again you are saying the same story, sir. 152. You are saying that, as I am clearly telling here, madam. So we are just giving like as an entry point to start with my sequence as 150. First time I am executing that value from the sequence, you will be the getting what? 150, sir. If I am going to execute a second time, then I am going to get 152. If I am going to click on third time, 154, fourth time, fifth time, sixth time, seventh time, eighth time, ninth time, and 10th time, sir. So tell me, sir, have we got the things or not? For each every execution of select statements, it's got incremented to 2 or not, sir? Come on, guys. Yes. How can you get to know the current value of the sequence, sir? How can you get to know the selecting the current value of the sequence? Selecting the current value from the sequence. So next value means my sequence value will be incremented. I just wanted to know what would be the current value. Okay, sequence name Mahesh IT underscore SEQ dot cur value, sir. Cur value from dual, sir. That's all. So see, what is our select query, sir? So what is our current value of the sequence? 170. 170. How can you get the list of user created sequences? How can you get the list of user created sequences, sir? Come on, guys, user created sequences. How can you get the list of user created sequences? Select a star from user underscore SEQ. Okay, SEQ underscore sequences, sir. These are the sequences which we had created, sir. These are the sequences which the user has been created in my database. Okay, yes. How can you get the list of all the user related sequences and the DBA related sequences, getting the list of all, so all created sequences in the database? Come on, sir. What is the sequence for that? Select a star from all underscore SEQ underscore sequences or not? Come on, sir. This is how you are getting what the sequences or not. This is how you are going to get what the list of sequences from the database or not. That's what I told you, sir. So pseudo column, next val and the cur val is nothing but what the pseudo column, sir. And you can get what a user created sequences and predefined sequences plus user defined sequences are nothing but what all underscore sequences. And you can have an option to drop the sequence as well or not, sir. Come on, sir. You can have an option to drop the sequence as well or not. Yes. So now the sequence is ready in the database side or not? Come on, guys. Now we are trying to utilize the sequences, sir. Now we are trying to utilize the sequence. Now we are trying to utilize the sequence for a primary key column. Primary key column value. Understand my point, guys? What is our agenda? What is our agenda, sir? We just need to use what sequence for the primary key column value insertion or not? Come on, guys. What is our agenda, sir? We need to utilize the sequence for primary key column generation or not? Are we going to supply the primary key column value explicitly, sir? Can anyone tell me? Are we going to supply what? The primary key column value explicitly? No. No, sir. No, we are not going to supply what the primary key column value explicitly, sir. it has to generate, it has to collect the value from where? Now onwards, we need to collect the value from the primary key column from where? Sequence. Sequence. Now onwards, you need to keep in mind. Now onwards, you need to keep in mind. So now onwards, you need to keep in mind, sir. Okay, you guys need to select the value for the primary key column for the sequence. Okay, so today itself, we are going to collect the value for the primary key column. Okay, value for the primary key column through Oracle, through Oracle database sequences, sir. Through Oracle what? Through Oracle what? The database sequence. Understand, sir? Okay. Today itself, we are going to collect the value for the primary key column through what? Oracle database sequences, sir. Okay. Yes. Okay. Okay. Today itself, we are going to collect what? You are going to collect the value of value for the primary key column through what? The Oracle database sequences, sir. Understand, sir? Okay. Yeah. So let us create some sample scenarios, sir, here. Okay. Observe carefully the database side. So we had created the two scenarios. So we had created the two sequences, right, sir? The database side. So we have what? The two sequences created. We have created the two sequences. Am I correct or not? Can you please tell me the names of the sequences, sir? Number one. So could you please tell me the names of the sequence? Number one, Ashok IT underscore EMP underscore sequence. And the second sequence is nothing but an what? Mahesh IT underscore SEQ, sir. These are the two sequences already in the database side. So what is the current value from this sequence, sir? Can you please help me? What is the current value from this sequence? Come on, guys. What is the current value from the sequence? How can I get to know? So Mahesh IT underscore SEQ dot Karwal from dual, sir. Okay, what is the current value, sir? What is the current value? 170, sir. Okay, that's all. So I'm going to create the table, sir, here. I'm going to create the table. Okay, so create a table Ashok IT underscore. Okay, Ashok IT underscore courses and course ID. It's nothing but an what? Number column. Okay, number column of what? Primary key. Okay, primary key, and then followed by what? Course name. Okay, and then followed by what, sir? Course name, and then course name, that is nothing but an what? Varchar of something 50 characters. Okay, then followed by what, sir? Course fee, sir. Course fee, nothing but an what? So course fee, nothing but an what? Number, sir. Okay, number. Okay, then. So, and created date, sir. Created date. What is the data type, sir? What is the data type here? Course record is created. I just wanted to know when does this course record got created, sir? What data type I need to take here? Come on, sir. What I need to do? What I need to take, sir? I just wanted to know at what date the record should be created, sir. At what date and what time as well. If I want to go for what? If I wanted to know like as in the date and the time means, then I can go for what? Timestamp. Or else if you wanted to go with what? Date only means you can go with what? Date. Okay. Yeah. Let us go with what? Date. Okay. This is what the table I have creating, sir. Is that clear, sir, everyone? So this is what like as in creating what the courses table. Okay. Courses table for Ashok IT. Is that clear, guys, everyone? Is that clear, sir, everyone? So we do not have any kind of foreign keys or we do not have any kind of foreign keys, sir. We have just taken like as in the plain table here, which contains what? Only one primary key, guys. Okay. Yes. Okay, then fine, sir. Let us execute, sir. Let us execute it. The table got created. What is the next step, sir? What is the next step? What is the next step, sir? After creating the table, what is the next step? Inserting the courses information, right, sir? Inserting like as in the courses information. Help me for inserting the data into the table. Okay, insert into Ashok IT underscore courses values of, okay, values of 01 comma, okay, course name nothing but an what, core Java, and then fees of the course is what, 5,000, and then the created date is nothing but an what, sys date or not? Come on, guys. This is how I need to insert the data, right, sir? This is how I need to insert the data. Agree or not? Come on, guys. Shall I create like as in some more inserts? Okay, 5 inserts I am preparing here. So 02 course, 03 course, 04 course, 05 course. Okay, and advanced Java. Okay, advanced Java. Then we can go with what, Spring Boot. Okay, then you can go with what, Spring Boot, microservices. Okay, Angular JS. Okay, yes. Something I'm just randomly I'm giving some values here, sir. Okay, 6,000, something what, 7,000, 8,000, 9,000. Hope you guys are comfortable, sir. Hope you guys are comfortable. So are we inserting the data? Are we inserting the data into the table or not? Come on, guys. Are we inserting the data into the table or not? This is what our actual requirement or not? So creating the table, I'm just created the table and just created the table here. Okay. Yeah. So see, sir, how many inserts got happened here? So 5 inserts got happened, sir. Just check it out, sir. Just take it out. So commit the data first, and then select a star from Ashok IT. Select a star from what, Ashok IT underscore courses. Happily we got the data, sir. Happily we got the data. This is what our requirement, right, sir? Everyone. This is what our requirement or not, sir? Everyone. We are populated the data successfully or not? So tell me, sir, what is our agenda? What is our agenda? What we have done here? Tell me, sir, what is our agenda, sir? Are we supposed to supply the column? Are we supposed to supply what, primary key column value explicitly or not? Are we supposed to supply what, primary key column explicitly or implicitly? Implicitly through sequence, right or not? We could not provide that value. Understand? Understand or not, sir? Let us truncate the data. Let us truncate the data, sir. Truncate. Okay, truncate table. Okay, truncate table. Ashok IT underscore courses, sir. Okay, fine. Table got truncated successfully. Okay. So where I need to collect the value from the sequence of a course ID, sir? Can you please help me? Where I need to collect the value of the course ID value, sir? Through sequence, right? What is sequence? Mahesh IT. Okay. So Mahesh IT underscore SCQ. You can collect the value from the sequence. Okay. You can collect like as in the value. Okay. You can collect the value from the sequence, sir. Either any one of the sequence, either Ashok IT underscore employee sequence or Mahesh IT underscore sequence as well. Okay. So how can you collect the value from the sequence? That is next val. That's all. So simple. Substitute here. Substitute here. Okay. Just insert the record. So record got inserted or not? Record got inserted. Rest of the 4 statements I am going to insert, sir. Yes. So could you please tell me what is the primary key column for the core Java and what is the primary key column for advanced Java and what is the primary key column for Spring Boot? What is the primary key column value for the microservices and Angular JS? Could you please help me? Before that one, so what is the sequence value of the Mahesh IT current value, sir? 170. So when you are executing that one, so 172, 170, 170, okay, 170, and you are getting what? 170 are you getting or 172 you are going to get, Roshni, here? Current value is 170. Current value is 170. When you are selecting the value means it will be the getting what? Just check it out, sir. The table of records. Just check it out, sir. The table of records. See, sir, Roshni. So observe carefully here. So you said like 170, but it is wrong. Okay. So current value of the sequence is 170, sir. Current value, not initial, not start value, sir. Okay. Current value is 170, and you are performing what? Insert. You are performing what? Insert, sir. Okay. Here you are doing what? Select. So when you had the select means definitely the current value will be incremented by 2. That is what 172. Yes, Praveen, you are correct, sir. Hope you guys are comfortable or not. Are we added? Are we supplied these values? Are we supplied these values explicitly or it is getting these values implicitly, sir? Come on, sir. Tell me which approach is recommended, sir? Supplying the primary key column values through the user input is recommended, or supplying the value of the primary key through sequence, database sequence is recommended. Come on, sir. Supplying the value for the primary key column through user input is recommended, or supplying the value for the primary key column through database sequence is recommended. Sir, today end of the session, I will ask you some questions, sir. I will be picking someone randomly and I will ask the question about the sequences. Please concentrate here. Okay. So tell me, sir. So tell me which one will be the best option, sir? Taking the primary key column values from the user is best, or taking the values of the primary key column value through database sequence is best? Come on, guys. One response out of 33 got like one response. Okay. 4 responses. Yes. What is an advantage of collecting the value for the collecting the value of the primary key column through sequences, sir? What is an advantage? What is an advantage of collecting the primary key column value through sequence? To avoid the unique key constraint on the database table, right, sir? Right. To avoid what? Unique key constraint from the database table, right? And the advantage is what? Auto generating the column values, sir, of the database table. Hope you guys are comfortable where I have utilized the sequences, sir. Everyone. Okay. And one more important point we need to keep in mind, sir. Okay. One more important point we need to keep in mind. So right now, for this the table, I have used like as an I have used like as an what? Mahesh IT underscore sequence dot next value. Can I use this sequence for another table as well? Tell me, sir. Can I use this sequence for the another table as well, sir? Tell me, sir. Can I use this sequence for the another table as well? We can, sir. Praveen, it is possible, sir. We can use the same sequence for the another table. So, but there is the problem. Okay, data numbering, data will becomes as an what? Data sequence becomes as an what? Inconsistency, sir. Okay, so let me create, sir, one dummy table. Okay, create a table. Okay, create a table. Okay, the table name, that is nothing but an what? Ashokate underscore something contact information, sir. Okay, something like a contact information. Okay, contact information such as what contact ID. Okay, so contact ID, that is nothing but an what a number column of primary key. Okay, primary key, sir, and then primary key, sir, and then followed by, okay, primary key, and then followed by what? Okay, followed by what, sir? Contact name, sir. Contact name, that is nothing but an what varchar of 40 characters. Okay, and then followed by contact number. Okay, that is nothing but an what varchar 2 of 10 numbers, sir. That's all, sir. That's all. I'm just creating this table. Okay, table got created, sir. So let us see here, sir. I'm going to insert into table, insert Ashokite underscore contact underscore info. Okay, info values of, so Mahesh IT underscore SEQ dot next val. Okay, next val, that is nothing but an what Ashok. Contact name is what Ashok, and then followed by what contact number. I'm just giving some contact number, sir. Okay, I'm just giving what some contact number, sir. Okay, I'm just giving for what the some contact number, sir. Okay, some contact number. Okay, fine, sir. Okay, 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 yeah. So I'm going to have for what Mahesh. Okay, I will be the sharing my contact number here. That's all. Okay, yeah. So insert here. So commit the data. So commit the data, and then observe carefully, sir. What is the records you are expecting, sir? Can you please tell me? So see, sir, 182 and 184 we are getting. So same sequence, sequence is reusable or not, sir? Come on, guys, sequence is reusable or not? Sequence is reusable for the multiple tables or not, sir? Yes. If you are reusing those, if you are reusing that multiple tables, means what would be the problem? If you are reusing the same sequence for the multiple tables, means what would be the problem? If anybody, so let us see here, sir. I'm going to insert some more courses as well. Okay. I'm going to insert some more courses as well now. Okay. Copy it here, paste it here, sir. And I'm going to add what DevOps. Okay. And I'm going to add what AWS. Okay. Something what, something 15,000, and this is what the 12,000, sir. Okay. Yes. So now tell me what is the problem, sir? If I'm going to add something like as in the new courses, means tell me again, the two new courses got inserted, and just verify the data of the table. So could you please tell me, by seeing the data, by seeing the data of this table, what the user will understand or what the programmer can understand? Tell me, sir. So somehow they have maintained like as in the order between up to these records, up to these records. But when you see this, when you see this, the three records, so tell me somehow the number of records got missed or not? Tell me, sir. Somehow the number of the records got missed or not? Yes. So programmer may feel that the programmer may feel that some of the records has been deleted from the table or not, sir? Come on, sir. But originally what happened, sir? Originally what happened? So because we reused the sequence for the multiple tables, right, sir? We reused the sequence for the multiple tables. Ashokite courses, Ashokite courses like as on the one table we have reused, and Ashokite underscore contacts underscore info is another table reused about the same sequence or not. So one more important point, sir. So one of the most important, one most important point for the sequences are nothing but an what? Sequences are nothing but an the reusable data, reusable objects, sir. Okay, are nothing but the reusable objects, reusable database object, sir. Okay, means multiple tables. Okay, multiple tables. Okay, so multiple tables can reuse what the same sequence, can reuse the same sequence, right or not, sir? Can reuse what the same sequence, can reuse like what the same sequence. Okay, can reuse what the same sequences, sir. Okay, yes. Ashok IT underscore Ashok IT underscore courses. So we are going to use like as in the sequence of what? So Mahesh IT underscore SCQ, sir. Okay, Mahesh IT underscore SCQ. Okay, yes. Ashok IT. Okay, Ashok IT underscore. Okay, Ashok IT underscore contact info. Okay, contact info table as well, using what the same sequence. Right or not? Right or not? So if you observe carefully the table of information, okay, if we observe the data, if you observe the data for the above two tables, okay, for if you observe the data for the above two tables, okay, above two tables, sir, the primary key column values becomes becomes what? In sync or not, sir? Tell me, sir. In sync or in becomes not a sync. Okay, so becomes not, becomes a what? Not a sync, sir. Exactly or not, sir? Tell me, sir. Not in sync means what? Come on, sir. Becomes not in sync, sir. Right or not? Correct? Correct or not? Ashok IT underscore courses table, sir. Ashok IT underscore courses table. This is what the table of data, sir. This is what like as in the table of data here we have, so that you can easily understand the primary key columns. Okay, Ashok IT underscore contact underscore info, sir. That is what the another table we have. Okay, just check it out. So this is what the thing. Okay, hope you guys are comfortable, sir. The problem with that, everyone, is that clear, sir? What is the problem if you are going to reuse the same sequence for the multiple tables? What is the problem? What is the problem, sir, if you are going to reuse the same sequence for the multiple tables? Tell me, sir. What is the problem for reusing the same sequence for the multiple tables? Order will be mismatched or data inconsistency, or you can say what, in sync as well. Primary key column values will becomes what? In sync, sir. In sync. Okay. Clear? So to get rid of this an issue, what I need to do, sir? To get rid of this an issue, what we need to do? We need to create the sequence per table or not? Right or not? To get rid of this the above problem, to overcome the above problem, sir, to overcome the above problem, as a database programmer, okay, as a database programmer, sir, we need to create a, okay, so we need to create a, okay, as a database programmer, sir, we need to create what? As a database programmer, we need to create a database sequence, okay, database sequence per table, sir, per database table. Understand, sir? Per database table. Tell me, so what do you mean that one, sir? If I have like as an Ashok IT underscore courses, so what is the sequence name for that? Ashok IT underscore courses. Okay, courses underscore SCQ, sir. So table name is what? Courses, and the sequence name is what? Just appended with what? Underscore SCQ. Okay. So if I'm going to have the table Ashok IT underscore contacts, okay, Ashok IT underscore contacts. So what is the sequence name for that? Ashok IT underscore contacts sequence. Agree? Agree or not? So if I'm going to have Ashok IT underscore students means, so if I have like as in the tables of Ashok IT underscore students means, what is the sequence name for that? What is the sequence name for that, sir? Ashok IT underscore students table means what is the sequence for that? What is the name of the sequence? What is the name of the sequence? What is the name of the sequence, sir? Yes. Ashokite underscore. Okay, Ashokite underscore what? Students. Ashokite underscore what? Students underscore SEQ, sir. Okay. So if I am going to have Ashokite underscore employee means, then so we'll be the creating what? So sequence. Hope you guys are comfortable or not, sir. Everyone. Everyone, is that clear? Yes. So observe carefully, sir. What we will do here is, so we will create a for the above two tables, sir. Okay, for the above two tables. So we will be the creating. We will be the creating. We will be the creating what? 1 minute, sir. For the above tables, sir. For the above tables. So we will be the creating for what? The two sequences, sir. Two sequences. Two sequences independently. Independently, sir. Okay. Yes. So can you please tell me? So I'm going to create the sequence for that one or not? Create a sequence. Create a sequence. Sequence name Ashokite underscore courses underscore SUQ. Okay, SUQ. So let us create it here, sir. Okay. Create a sequence. Create what? A sequence. Ashokite underscore courses underscore. Okay. Courses underscore SEQ. What, sir? What SEQ what? The minimum value. The minimum value will be what? 1000, sir. Minimum value will be what? 1000. Okay, minimum value will be what? 1000. And then the maximum value will be what? 10,000, sir. Okay. And the initial value starts with okay. Starts with okay. Starts with what? Starts with what? Okay. Starts with what? Okay, 1010, sir. Okay, start with what? 1010. 1 minute. 1 minute. Okay, start with. Okay, start with what? Start with what? 1010, sir. And increment by 1, sir. Okay, increment by 1 and cache of what? 50 numbers. Okay, that's all, sir. This is what like as in the sequence I have created, sir, for courses table. Okay, the same kind of another sequence I'm going to create for what? Contacts. Okay, Ashokite underscore contacts. Sir, as I already told you, sir, cache means nothing but and what it will be the enabling the buffer at the database side. It can store like as in the 50 numbers readily, sir. Okay, readily it will be another available of 50 numbers in the cache to get the access fastly. Understand, Praveen? So cache means where it will be the storing like as in the 50 numbers in the database cache to get the numbers very fastly, sir. That's all. Okay. So Ashokite underscore, what is the table we had created, sir? What is the table we had created? Ashokite underscore contact underscore info underscore what? Info underscore what? SEQ. Okay. The minimum value of the sequence is what? 50, and the maximum value it will be allowing what? 15,000. And my sequence should be start with 5020, and the random numbers are nothing but and what? This is what the things. Okay. The two sequences got created, sir. Two sequence got created for two tables. Okay. One sequence representing for what? Ashokite underscore courses underscore sequences, sir. Okay. This is what like as in the sequence for that. Okay. And the next one is what, sir? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So here creating the sequence, creating the sequence for what? Ashokite underscore courses table, sir. That's all. Okay, creating the sequence for what? Ashok underscore create this one courses table. Creating like as in the sequence for what? Sequence for what? Ashok underscore contacts underscore info contact underscore info table, sir. Hope you clear? Yes. Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Fine, sir. I have just created that one. Let us try to insert the records from this respect to the sequences. Okay. So let us try to truncate the records first. Truncate the records first, sir. Truncate. Okay. Truncate. What is the difference between truncate and the delete? Can anyone? What is the difference between truncate and delete, sir? When you delete the records from the table, you can have an option to get back those records using rollback. But when you delete the records through truncate, we do not have an option to get back those records using rollback. That is what the difference. Understand, sir? Understand my point or not? What is the difference between truncate and delete? Once you delete the records using the delete statement, there is an option to you to get back those records by using rollback command. But when you delete the records using truncate, you do not have an option to get those records back by using rollback. That is what the difference is, everyone. Okay. Truncate table data is done. And then Ashokite underscore contact underscore info. That is the table data I have deleted, sir. Fine, sir. So what is the sequence I have used for courses table? What is the sequence I have to use for the courses table, sir? Ashokite underscore courses, Ashokite underscore what? Courses underscore SCQ. This is what the sequence, right, sir? This is what the sequence. Okay, selected the values, selecting the value from the sequence. Just after replacing everything, just use for what, sir? Okay, yeah, done, sir. Done, sir. Yes, rows got inserted, sir. Other two records, sir. So two records. So what is that to the two records? Ashok IT. Okay, Ashok IT underscore contact underscore info underscore what? SCQ, sir. Okay. Yes. Fine, sir. I'm going to insert these two records as well. Okay. Select it. That's all. Commit the data. Select the data. So we are getting that expected records or not? 5020 as an Ashok and 5021 as an water. So Mahesh. And with respect to the courses table, so where you have started 1010 and 1011 is advanced Java, 1012 is what Spring Boot, 1013 is what microservices, 1014 is Angular, 1015 is what DevOps, and 1016 is what AWS. So if I insert some records and get back to the table means what it will get, sir. Okay, just see here, sir. I'm just following the two more records. Okay, something what Rajesh here. Okay, something what Suresh here. Okay, I am just inserting those two records. And one more record I am going to insert here as well. Sorry, guys. Okay, that is React.js. Okay, React.js, sir. Okay, that's all. I am just inserted that record. And then the two more records I am going to insert here as well. Tell me, sequence will be maintained or sequence will not be maintained now? Sequence will be maintained or sequence will not be maintained in the table of records? Come on, guys. Tell me, sequence of the records will be maintained or sequence of the table will not be the maintained. See, sir. This is what the data which I have maintained the table here 50202122 and the 23. Okay. If you go back to the Ashokite underscore courses table, see, sir, we got like as in the React.js or not 1017. So sequences, we are just maintaining the order or not, sir? Tell me, sir. So what we have to do, sir? Table per sequence need to create or not, sir? Table per sequence need to be created to maintain the order correctly in the table or not, sir? Clear, everyone? Yes. Yes. Okay. So let us focus on the cycle property, sir. What is the cycle? Okay. To demonstrate this the cycle, sir, what I am going to do here is observe carefully. Observe carefully, sir. I'm just creating the one sequence, sir. Okay, I'm going to create one sequence that is a test underscore sequence, sir. My sequence minimum value will be what? 1, sir. And my sequence the maximum value will what? 100. My sequence should starts from 1 and my sequel, starts with 1 and the maximum value is what? 5, sir. Maximum value is 5. Up to the 5 values only it has to generate my sequence. And cache supports what? 5 numbers. Okay. And then supporting for what? Cycle, sir. Cycle. So by default, every sequence will be enabled with a cycle mode or no cycle mode. By default, every sequence in the database will be enabled with a cycle or no cycle. No cycle. So no cycle means once that the maximum number got reached, sir. Once the maximum number got reached of that sequence, okay. So if you are trying to insert for what 15,001 record means it will give you an error. Once the record once that the maximum value of the sequence has been reached means again it will be started with the initial onwards. That is what cycle, sir. Okay. So see, sir, my sequence minimum value is 1 and the maximum value is 5. How many values you can select from the sequence? How many values you can select from the sequence, sir? Maximum of 5, sir. Maximum of 5. If you are selecting like as in the 6th value, what you will be the getting, sir? You will be the getting an error with the database side, right or not? Okay. So for example, sir, I'm just created like as in the sequence without a cycle. I'm just created like as in the sequence without a cycle with what? 5 values. Okay. I did not included the cycle, sir. I did not included the cycle here. So observe carefully. Observe carefully. Select test underscore seq dot next val from dual, sir. Okay, from dual. So observe carefully. Sequence 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so 6. What you are getting, sir? When I am selecting what is on the 6, what it is saying, sir? Oracle error 80844 sequence test dot next val exceeds the maximum value, cannot be initiated or not? Come on, sir. Tell me, if I am going to execute this select statement for the 6th time, what you are getting, sir? This sequence dot next val exceeded the maximum value and cannot be instantiated or not? Come on, guys. Tell me why you are getting this an error? Why you guys are getting this an error, sir? So you clearly mentioned that the database, my sequence minimum value will be 1 and my sequence has to generate the maximum value is only 5. And my sequence should be start from 1 and increment by 1. So if you're selected, if you can select only up to what 5 values only. If you are selecting what 6th value means what you are going to get, sir? Maximum value cannot be instantiated or not, sir? Maximum value cannot be instantiated or not? So observe carefully. I'm hope you guys are understand the problem, sir. Without a cycle feature. Without a cycle feature, is that fine or not? Everyone able to understand or not? Without having the cycle feature, what would be the problem? If it is if the sequence got reached to the maximum value means, then you will be the getting what? The max value error, sir. Okay, no cycle sequence, sir. Okay, no cycle. Okay, no cycle sequence. And this is what an error. Okay, selected for 5 times. Okay, selected for the 5 times. And when we are selecting the 6th time, okay, 6th time, when we are selecting what 6th time, getting the below error. Getting what? The below error, sir. Error, sir. Okay, what is that an error you are getting, sir? What is that an error you are getting? So see, sir, maximum value cannot be instantiated. Not password, sir. Maximum value. Yes, yes. Password exceeds means nothing but an yes, sir. You can create that sequence and you can go, you can handle that one exceeds functionality in this manner. Okay, yes. So what I'm going to do, sir, I will take the same sequence. I will take like as in the same sequence with another name, sir, and another name, and I am going to enable for the feature called what? I am going to enable like as in the feature called what? Cycle, sir. Okay, I'm just selecting the value. I'm just created the sequence. Okay, so what it is saying, sir? What it is saying? The number of the cache. So see, sir, you specified the maximum value of the sequence is what? 5. And the number of elements in the cache is what? Only 5. It should be what? Less than 1, sir. It should be what? Less than 1. Only 4 values can hold in the buffer. Okay, always, always the cache should be what? Maximum value minus 1, sir. That is what it is saying, sir. That is what it is saying. Hope you guys are understand this point, sir. Always the cache value will be what? Maximum value minus 1. Then you can select it and you can execute it. Sequence got created. So I'm going to, so how many values we can get from the sequence? Can anyone help me? How many values we can get from the sequence? How many values we can get from the sequence? 5 values or more than 5 values? For the earlier demo, for the earlier sequence, we got only the 5 values, and we got like as in the 5 values. When you are selecting like as in the 6th value, when you are selecting not 6th time, you are getting this an error. Okay, let us give a try the same scenario, sir, with the cycle feature I have enabled. Okay, see, sir, first time, second time, third time, fourth time, fifth time. I'm trying to, I'm just eating for the select statement for the 6th time. What you are expecting, sir? Are you expecting like as in the 6 value? Are you expecting like as an again reset for the 1? Again it will be the resetting to what? 1, sir. Just check it out. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Once you got it, it has been reached to the 5. Again resetting to what? 1. Understand, guys? That is what the importance of what? Cycle property, sir. Cycle property of the sequence. Hope you are understand, sir. Hope you understand about the cycle. Come on, guys. Hope you guys are understand about the cycle or not. Yes. Any doubts, guys? Any doubts? Tell me, sir, at the end of our today's session. So tell me, always recommended to collect the primary key column value from the end user, or it should be auto generated? Come on, sir. Yes. So see, sir, the above sequence is used to select up to what 5 values. So once it reached to what the 5th value, okay, again resetted to what? Resetted to 1, sir. Okay, that's all. That is what the things you need to keep in mind, sir. Hope you guys are comfortable, sir, about the sequences. Everyone is that clear? Everyone is that clear, sir? Any doubts? Any doubts, guys? Have you understand like as in the utilization of the sequence in the have you seen the utilization of the sequences or not? Sir, and one more important question, sir. One more important thing you get to know. So you can have an option. You can have an option to alter what the minimum value and the maximum value of the sequence, sir. Okay. You do not have an option to change what to start with and increment by. Okay. You can have an option to change what min value and the maximum value of the sequence. That you can do for the research, sir. Okay. How can you alter the sequence? Okay, which properties are allowed for the alter? That is what you need to verify, sir. Okay, what is the task for you, sir? What is the task for you? What is the task for you for R&D? how to reset the database sequences, sir. How to reset what? The database sequence. And which properties are allowed for resetting? Which properties are allowed for resetting, sir? Okay, just verify this one and research this question and come back for the tomorrow's class. Okay, hope you guys are comfortable about the sequences, sir. Any doubts on the today's session? So now I am going to pick someone, sir, to answer the questions. Okay, yes. Okay, Kajal, can you please tell me, so are we recommended to create what? I'm just given you the unmute option for you, Kajal. Okay, could you please tell me, so are we recommended to create the sequence per table, or you should need to reuse the same sequence for multiple table? Kajal, I given you the unmute option for you. So please go ahead and with the unmute and answer the question, sir. Reusing the sequence is the best approach, or table per sequence is the best approach, sir? Kajal, are you there? Yes. Ramesh Yadav, I given you the unmute option, sir. Okay, please go ahead with an answer for your questions, sir. Ramesh Yadav. Saket, I given you the unmute option, sir. Could you please tell me, so table per sequence is recommended, or reusing the same sequence for the multiple tables is recommended? Guys, are you there in the session? First of all, tell me, sir. So same sequence is reused for 10 tables is good approach, or table per sequence is the good approach? Yeah, I given you the unmute option all, sir. So you can answer the question, sir.
Table per sequence option is best, sir.
Yes, table per sequence is the best option, sir. Okay, so what is an advantage of collecting the values for the primary key through sequences, sir?
It is auto-generated value, means we do not have to enter one by one. It will consume the time, so it will automatically collect the data.
Sir, it also avoid the unique constants.
Yes, sir. Yes, it is
Yes,
also avoid the unique constant
unique
problem as well.
constant, yes, sir.
Yes, sir. What is the importance of cycle property, sir? What is the importance of cycle property?
We can't get an error, sir.
Yeah, we can't get an error, but
And we can reset the values.
automatically, whenever the sequence is reached with the max value, automatically resetting to what? Initial value, sir.
So one more doubt, that cache is only for cyclic. We have to set it for max -1, not for everything.
No, sir. Cycle. So when you so not for the cache. So when always you just need to keep in mind. So when you are defining the cache for the sequence, it always should be what? The maximum value of -1, sir. Whether it is, you don't need to bother about cycle or no cycle.
So can you repeat what is the use of cache?
Yeah, that's what I told you, sir. So when you specify the cache for the cache of 4 for the sequence means the four number values of the sequence will be stored in the buffer of the database, ready for that 4 numbers. Okay, so right now, so we are getting like as in the 5 values from the sequence, right? Okay,
Yeah.
out of the 5, the 4 values are auto generated in the buffer, sir.
Okay.
Okay, so for the fast access, that's all, nothing more than that.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah.
Any more questions?
Any more questions, sir, from others? Okay, in the real time, sir, mostly we are going to use like as in the sequences for a table to generate what auto for the primary key columns, sir. As you are already working with what JDBC means, then you are through the JDBC, you are inserting the records, right?
Yes.
Through JDBC, you guys are inserting the records. So when you are inserting the records, don't provide the don't supply the primary key column through input. Just create a sequence and pass that sequence as part of the column. Understand, sir? Understand? So this is what the select query I show. This is what like as an insert statement I shown you, right? Yes. This is what like as an insert statement you can go with that. Okay. Don't ask like as an end user to provide the primary key column values, sir. That is what the one best practice you need to follow. Okay. Okay. If you are collecting the value from the sequence means, so definitely, so interviewer so may know something about new from user. Okay. So nobody is not, so if you give the task to the if you give some task to them means, then definitely so they cannot collect the value from the sequence. If you do this one means, definitely somewhat the difference you will be having. That's what. Okay. Yeah. Fine, sir. Any other questions? Sir, by this coming Saturday and Sunday, you will be having the long sessions. I will be coming up with the schedule, sir, time schedule. Okay, I will be coming up with the time schedule by just checking with an admin team. Okay, we'll let you know on the tomorrow session what would be the timings of this Saturday and Sunday. So mostly
Festival.
okay, got it. Yeah, we have the festival, right? Okay, then fine, sir. Let me have a check, sir. Okay.
Sir gave holidays from day after tomorrow.
We'll see, sir. We'll see.
I think evening means it's no problem for us, sir. Means festival we can celebrate on morning time, right?
Yes, yes. But yes, sir. I will check with the admin team.
Because we don't have classes of Ashok sir also.
Okay. Okay.
Up to Monday.
When Ashok sir classes also not available, not there, sir?
Yeah, Wednesday onwards, we don't have a classes up to Monday, sir.
Oh, from the 11th onwards, they declared as an holiday. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. I will check with them, sir, and get back to you.
You
sir.
can take from Wednesday, you can take a long class if it is possible.
You can make, sir. No problem for us. I think.
Okay, sure, sir. Sure, sir. From the SQL side, sir, we are pending with what indexes, sir. Okay. So indexes topic. And the next one is what views topic, sir. Okay. That is what like as in the views topic we have pended for this the SQL side, sir. Okay. As a PLSQL side, I would like to talk about with what how to create a stored procedures. Okay. How to create a stored procedures and how to create what stored functions. Okay. And then importance of packages. Okay. Then we'll be talking about what error handling. Okay. So error handling, sir. Error handling in the PLSQL side. This is what the things we are going to focus. Okay. These are the important things we just need to know with respect to the MySQL side. PLSQL side, sir. Okay.
With this, we complete our class.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
sir. Try to cover with the triggers and normalization. So at least overview.
Triggers I will give you, sir. Okay. Triggers I will try to give you that knowledge. Okay.
Normalization, denormalization, and that's so not important, sir.
It's an important, so that's what the theoretical, that's what I told you, sir, in the earlier of the initial of the sessions. So you need to get that knowledge from the web. So as of now, for the Oracle session is practically the hands-on session. So we are just always trying to reduce the normalization with the help of relationships only, sir. Okay, primary keys and the foreign keys, splitting the data into the multiple tables.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Fine. Any other questions, sir? So these are the things we have left, sir. Okay, indexes, views, stored procedures, stored functions, packages, and error handling. These are the most important topics we would like to cover at the finally. So we'll try to give you what triggers, sir. I will just give you the outline of the triggers. Okay. Yeah.
Okay, sir. Thank you.
This is what the things, sir. Okay. Yeah. We will try to complete these things by the I will check, sir, because we have the vacation, right? I could not see that one. Okay. Yeah. Okay, then I will check and get back to you on the tomorrow session, sir. Apart from this, any other questions, sir? Team? Any other questions? Okay, then. Okay, then. Thank you, guys. Have a nice day. Bye bye. Good night. We'll meet you on the tomorrow, sir.